Almost, my friends. Almost. It's time. Let's go. What up, Patrick? Good morning, everybody. Let's get to it. I got money to make you. We had an interesting looking slate. It's the night after the NBA Cup. I think it was 7-8 games tonight. It's not a huge one, but it is an interesting one. I've already posted 2 plays inside Discord. Hopefully you got those nice and early. I expect some line movement on at least the Draymond Green prop that I had posted. We're going to actually take a look at that first. I was kind of messing around. If you're just tuning in, I was looking at it a little bit before we started the show. By the way, I'm not going to forget this. I'm not going to forget. Hit the like button for me. I remembered at the beginning of the show. I mean, this is a big day for me to remember at the beginning of the show. Thank you very much. If you've tuned in this morning, if you like the video, if you like the stream, and of course, if you're new, subscribe. 7 days a week, you get me right here, NBA, NFL coverage. It's either a live show or a video every day. There's something for you, making you money. Got to recognize NHL, J-Step's NHL heater, no doubt about it. J-Step, one of the cappers inside my Discord, by the way, VIP picks link down below. You guys can grab that 50% off link and code. It's not going to be there much longer. I'm removing that in a day or two. So get it now, my friends, get it now. But he has swept NHL betting 2 days in a row. This absolute monster. Let me see if I can slide this on screen real quick. He's got, let's see. Here, I'll just drag him on the screen. How about that? So my guy has gone absolutely bonkers. And then we'll get right to our picks, but let's highlight him. You're right. He deserves it. Cashing a plus 175, plus 120, plus 140. And by the way, I know people are using these on Pick'em and on Fliff. Cashed a 136, a 134, and it's not done, my friends. Went with a straight pick here, plus 100, and another plus 156. What I love about the NHL betting is almost everything is a plus odds play. So the dude has swept 7 in a row. And if anybody who bets for a living knows the amount of plus odds plays that you can parlay together over there on Fliff, by the way, are phenomenal. So if you need help over there and you want to play something other than these pick'em apps 24/7, there's a few things you can do. Number one, there's Fliff, there's no vig, rebets, you get internationals, and then Underdog just chase the streaks with us as I am on day 4, I believe now, and I think Fire has moved to day 5. So big props to J-Step, an absolute baller in the NHL streets. I saw Goal. She went 7-4 again after like what, a 10-1 day, 7-3, a 6-1 2 days ago. Like, she's on fire always. I don't know if she's ever cooled off. She's amazing. Can you adjust the minutes? Yeah, that's being added. That we have a list of like 50 things we want to add and adjust. So on one of the next update iterations, we want to add a few new buttons down here. So let's go ahead and just dive into it now. You can see you've got the filter buttons. It says current, last 5, last 10, last 15, last 20, and previous. Let me zoom this in a little bit more. That should be better for you on mobile. So we want to have ones that you can filter out minutes where it's like, I have kind of had this preset like 25, 30-minute mark, right? So if it's a bench player, I want at least 25 minutes. If it's a starter, let me see how they do in 30-minute games. So that helps you protect your bankroll from blowouts, injuries, things like that. Second leg of a back-to-back, whatever. You can put the filter in, and we'll probably just have 2 buttons where it's like 25 or maybe 3. Maybe I'll do like 25, 30, 35. And then the other idea was to do a slider, just a minute slider. And same thing for like baseball. For pitchers, I want to have a pitcher slider. So, all right, show me their game logs when they throw 80 plus pitches. Essentially, I'm saying they've gone out there and they make it to the 5th or so inning, right? So just don't get shelled. And how do we do in those games? Minute slider for NBA, pitch slider for MLB. And those are really the 2 that I wanted to add. My other ideas I kind of tabled because we're halfway through the NFL, but like next year, I want to add specific volume props for NFL, like targets. So a wide receiver's target slider, a running back attempt rushing attempt slider. Quarterbacks, I want their passing attempt slider. So for their passing yards, if we are projecting a shootout in a game or we think this one, maybe we're worried about weather or something. Okay, when they've not thrown more than 25 pass attempts, what's their passing yards look like? Or somebody, Jameis Winston, I think he's going to throw the ball a ton. How's he done when he's thrown 35 plus pass attempts? Or he's averaged 278 yards, he's hit the over in 7 of 8 games, so on and so forth. So I think that stuff will be pretty cool. A lot of new iterations coming. And again, you guys can grab my VIP links down below. And thank you, by the way. I said it once. I'll say it one more time before we dive into making some picks. 20 people have liked the stream already while we're chilling. 51 watching here on YouTube. Over 100 over on Twitter have already dialed in. Thank you very much. Wherever you are, like it, retweet it. I already see Twitter actually 5 likes, a retweet, a reply. I mean, y'all doing good stuff out there for me. Thank you very much for that. That's very kind of you, especially when I haven't said anything over there to Twitter space yet. All right, let's get to it. Let's make some money. First official play. I'm actually laddering this one, and you do what you want with it, my friends. You can take it or leave it. I just want to share what I am betting on, and you can do what you want with this information. Draymond Green has been an absolute. I don't want to overstate this. The opportunity with Draymond without Melton has increased greatly. The potential assists are up to like 12.5 per game. That's including a game where he only played 20-something minutes against Cleveland. If you take that one out, I had done the math earlier. It was almost like 14 potential assists per game. Now, you're always, I guess this is going to be a thing this year with the Warriors. They're either in a spot where they'll get blown out when they just don't play well and their shots aren't falling, or they're going to be in a spot here where they're going to pop off. They've had a few very close games, but they've also had, these random games like they lost by 10 against Cleveland, 10 plus against Cleveland, which is actually, it was like a 20-point game, wasn't it? Which is why he only played 20 games. But then on the flip side of things, they've won 2 games this year by like 20 plus, and they've won 4 of their 10 double-digit leads. So, you don't entirely know what you're getting out there from. Thank you very much, Problems. Thank you for that. You don't always know what you're going to get out there for the Warriors, but I do expect this game to be competitive. Atlanta, 8.5-point dogs on the road, but we have a 239-point total, my friends. This one just screams fast pace, probably turnovers, things like that. And anyways, Draymond Green, before last season, when they had a litany of guards there and healthy bodies, his usage rate had gone down, his assist potential had gone down, and his assist had gone down. But if you look at Draymond Green throughout his career, I mean, it's a guy that averages between 6 to 7.5 per season every season for the past 8 years. But we're back to that. And that's the thing. We're back to it. And I'm going to read this off because I wrote down these notes. So in the games with Melton this year, he had 7 to 10 potential assists in 5 of the 6 games with Melton. One random game he popped off for 16 or 17. In the games without Melton, which we have seen, I believe, for the last 6, I didn't write that down for some reason on my notes pad here. But in those games, we had between 8 and 15, 10 plus in 4 of them, 15, 14, and 14 in 3 of the last 4 games. So the potential assist has been sky high, kind of back to what it used to be, 2 seasons ago and for the previous 6 years. And we're getting that now without Melton on the court. And we have seen him do what he used to do, rack up 6 to 10 assists a game. It's been pretty darn good. So we've had no Melton this year for 7 games. And has he been 6 plus all the games? No, not as many as you'd want. But again, he had that one really crappy game. They had the blowout where they didn't play too much. But in the rest of the games, he's had 7, 6, 7, 7, 5, 4. Tough game against Boston where he had 4. So it's been pretty good. I wouldn't say elite, but the upside is there. So 2 things. Number 1, I ran out the over 5.5 for -130 on FanDuel, and then I laddered it. I actually did. I laddered it today at 6.5 plus 128. I posted them both inside Discord, one mistakenly, but hey, it's out there now. So, now you know why that photo was in there. But I like it. I like this a lot. I think what's even better, though, is I went back, and this is one thing I have added to my list to do as well, is I don't have like the @ symbol, so you don't know which ones are home and away. So I want to add a home and away button, or at least have it show up here in the logs. So you could look over and be like, okay, they were at the Clippers, they were home against Memphis, on the road against Dallas and OKC, so on and so forth. So we got to add that. That literally just has hit me. I'm going to make sure my developer has that home away button or home away symbol in graph or logs. Quick note during the live show. Okay, so I just sent that to my dev team. We'll talk about that later, but that's a good idea, actually. He's at 3 games without Melton at home. Draymond Green's always been a little bit better at home. It's kind of always been a thing with Steph Curry. These guys at home, I can't remember the stadium. It used to be called, the arena used to be called the Oracle, I think, but it's changed, whatever it is now. They would just get hot, right? All of a sudden, threes are raining down from the freaking ceiling. They're shooting 28 footers, and the crowd's all freaking out. I think we get in that zone again. It's happened 3 times without Melton. Draymond, 7, 7, and 6 assists. Again, over 5.5, I locked in. 6.5, very high plus odds, I think is a fine option. Now, let me show you. Let me actually just refresh this too, because it's been a minute. Dre, I'm going to type his name in, and I'm going to go to the assists market. Here's all his markets. And you can see, oh my gosh, everything's bumping. So 5.5, best odds you still have remaining are on Fliff, -140. We got that at -130, a little bit better. And then the 6.5 plus odds, we got at +128. It says +112 now. So clearly getting you guys some potential closing line value here, my friends. Some potential closing line value. Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to remember too, bro, you're paying what, $10 to sign up? This isn't going, I don't want this tool to be incredibly convoluted with all the different little things that are out there across the internet on all the other different tools that cost you an arm and a leg. So that's not what this is. This is very much supposed to be like, hey, let me look up this player's sportsbook odds across 17 pick'em apps and sportsbooks, and then let me look at their player card and check their player prop markets and see how they're doing in those markets. Like this one. If I said, hey, y'all, I really like Damian Lillard today. Or how about this? Your favorite Twitter accounts out there. I know I'm not one of them because I don't get enough engagement on there. And if I had the engagement from 250 people that are watching my live stream right now, and I had that on every tweet that I posted, I would be 50, 60,000 followers on Twitter. But I'm stuck at 20. So I know you're either not following me or I'm not on your short list of people you check on Twitter. And that's okay. You're here on YouTube for me, and I love you for it. But let's say your favorite Twitter person out there posts the tweet, and they're like, hey, I love Damian Lillard today, over 24.5 points. They don't mention the odds, or it's a big account, and they all do this. They've posted to premium before. They posted 5 hours later. The line's like 26.5. Everyone replies, this line's moved 2 points. Do you like it now at 26.5? It's absolute garbage that they do it. It's just an engagement firming move, and it makes them look good if it cashes. And despite the fact that, 300,000 people couldn't get the actual line. It's stupid. I can't stand it. I probably will never be that big to ever come across that issue. So it's whatever. But let's say they love Damian Lillard at 24.5, and you're like, oh my gosh, what's Dame's line? Well, you type his name in. Okay. That's it. Super easy. It brings up all his odds everywhere, and here's the points, and you can see green shade for you, nice and quick. Damian Lillard over 24.5 points, best odds, MGM, right there, -110. You click his name, player card pops open, and you can start doing your research. And again, if you wanted to look at some of these other categories, you could come back, you could filter things out. If you want to change it so that it's like however you want it to be, okay, maybe you don't need to know the event name because it doesn't matter. You're using it on PrizePicks, and who they're playing is totally irrelevant. You could remove the event name, and there you go. It's gone. The event name is not on the tool anymore. Mitch, I don't have access to Pinnacle, Bovada, and Bet Online, and I don't care about it. So you can remove those 3, Pinnacle, Bovada, Bet Online, gone, and you leave what you want to leave on the tool for how you want to use it. Anyways, so let's grab a player card, and there we go. Points, player card pops up. And again, you want to use different categories. Okay, you like his PR, his PRA, his PA, whatever. And then you go back to points. All right, 24.5. He's hit the over this season in 611 games, so on and so forth. This is my favorite way to use this. Hey, how's he done against Chicago? He's playing the Bulls today. I type in CHI. All right, here's last year's games against Chicago and this year, earlier, October 25th. It says the date. He's played them 5 times. He had 12, 18, 14, 16. So bad, and then 28. You know what the difference is? I know ball a little bit. Alex Caruso was there. I think he finished third in defensive player of the year voting. He's a great on the ball defender. And yeah, he probably gave Damian Lillard some fits here this year without Caruso. The Bulls defense is horrendous. They gave up a ton of threes, a ton of penetration, which allows the point guards also to rack up assists. And what did you get here? You had a bunch of threes, you had 28 points, and you had 8 assists. The Bulls the Bulls are the number 1 pace in the NBA with one of the worst defenses. It's a dream matchup for ball handlers. I love Damian Lillard points today. There's another little sneak peek behind the curtain, my friends. So there you go. Pretty cool that you can do all this stuff here. Grab the links down below if you want to do it. And again, if you're like, man, I really like these picks, I'm telling you right now, you're going to like what you get inside Discord. I have been posting lately a mix of both my official picks, like my originated picks, and then also plus EV picks. And I have gone let me add it up, 14 and 6 in the plus EV category, 14 and 6. And my officials moved to 20 and 8, a 20 and 8 run for NBA. So this was yesterday. Here were my officials. I went 3 and 2. And then the plus EV plays, 3 and 1. So not too shabby. And again, the positive EV plays that I've posted, again, they're like the odd shopper information that you need, shows you the best odds, where to get it, how positive EV it is, and the expected win rate, everything. Shows you everything. Shows you when I am playing it, all that stuff. Shows you how much to bet it as well, based on a $1,000 bankroll. So, do the math for yourself if you get a $500 bankroll and whatever. So it's, I'm telling you right now, like if you join up from me alone, you're going to get the value you want. Okay. Again, 14 and 6 for I got to write this down so I don't keep forgetting. 14 and 6 positive EV run and a 20 and 8 VIP run. Okay. There. I just wrote that down. So that'll be for me. Now I know. Okay, cool. So I'm just telling you right now, like, grab that link down below and you're going to have access to me. But then there's 14 other premium channels. 14 channels. All sorts of people posting picks all day, slips all day, research all day. It's nuts. It's nuts. All right. Moving on, my friends. I am a little concerned here of a couple of these games, and a couple of them I think that we have a chance to make some serious money. Truly. From you in chat today, before I dive into some of those other angles, I want to know what you're thinking about today for some of these spots. If you have any questions for players, player props you want me to research, I got chat up off to the third monitor over here, and then we'll dive in together. Okay? We'll dive in together. So the matchups we have, and let me just bring up the totals. I like the total view. So we've got the Pels on the road at Cleveland. I looked at it. The Pels are like 12-point dogs. That's a tough spot. Cleveland, tough loss on the road last night. Come back home. Pelicans got blown up by 30-plus points against the Mavericks. Bulls on the road against the Bucks are 8.5-point dogs, but we have a nice, healthy total. I expect the Bucks to play both Lillard and Giannis a ton of minutes tonight. They're 5-9, 6-9. They got to win. They need to rack up a lot of wins, and they need to get some chemistry going. I expect Giannis and Dame to start playing 36 to 40 minutes per game until they get back in the top 4 in the standings. So they're going to go hard. They're going to go hard, my friend. So Philly at Grizz. Pay attention to who's going to be active out there for Philly. It's been a revolving door. Same thing for Memphis. I'm not even going to touch their props until I get full read on it from Underdog when they tweet it out. Portland, 12.5-point dogs I read earlier this morning against OKC. How do I know the spreads? Right here, point spreads, my friends. Okay, there it is. Look, Portland, 12.5. I nailed it. I remembered it correctly. 12.5. Nailed it correctly for OKC. And then I said 12.5 for Pelicans. It's 13.5 now. So, yeah, I did a lot of extensive research. So off the top of my head, it's there. It's there in my mind, just bouncing around. Indiana and the Rockets. I think I have a play or two for this game. Actually, I think this one could be incredibly competitive tonight. The ATM of Alperen Sengun at 12.5, 13.5 rebounds and assists. I kept saying it's like 2. Value's too low. It opened at 16.5 today. My read was as sharp as ever, my friends. It was only a matter of time. We took advantage 3 out of 4 nights that we played it, so that was good. We won't get it back. It's going to be 15.5, 16.5 the rest of the season. Knicks and Suns, I think there will be a play out of this one as well. I've got 2 angles I'm potentially going to be betting on. This is another one I don't know what to do with, is the Magic and the Clippers. Maybe Harden points tonight. Ball handlers against the Magic, shockingly, this year have been thriving. So that might be one that I go to. Jalen Suggs has always been a body we like to take props for. And then Zubac rebounds my guy's just been popping off. So got a bunch of different angles I want to talk about, but let's see what you've got cooking for me and what you want me to look up. Darius Garland. Let's look at his assist last night. Just shot. He made a brick house last night. It was unbelievable. Dude could not shoot. At one point he was 1 for 14, I want to say. Him and Damian Lillard were just horrendous shooters last night. Because of that, you saw Garland start to distribute a lot more, and he's been racking them up a lot more lately as well. My concern, honestly, is just the fact that the Pelicans, and I made a mistake yesterday thinking, okay, they kept 2 games close. I think they'll keep it close against the Mavericks too, cover the spread. And then what happened? They were down by 35 points at the end of the third. Luka didn't even play I think he played only half his fourth quarter rotation and took him out at 30 minutes. Yeah, we can talk about Vooch, Levine, and Giddey, who we cashed out on last game too. Yes, absolutely. Happy to do that. Thank you for up to 40 likes on YouTube, by the way, as I'm just kind of starting to chill and lean back a little bit as we're talking betting together. Thank you. Thank you for that. Garland, so my issue here, my friend, J-Step, 7-0 run in NHL in the VIP Discord down below, by the way. Thank you for that. I'm just concerned. It's the 3rd game in 4 nights for Cleveland. It's the 2nd leg of a back-to-back after a tough loss against Boston, down to the wire, huge comeback, still lose. And now they're facing a team that just got wrecked by 35 points. Like, I feel like they're getting back in the win category tonight and potentially in a big way, unless they're just spent. 3rd game in 4 nights. Josh Hart under 9.5 rebounds is a play I was looking at this morning. There's a little tip. So you do what you want out there in Cleveland. I don't know what to do with it yet. I just don't know. I don't know how to bet on it tonight. Probably one I just don't. Truly. Yeah, let's look at Vooch. Let's look at Giddey. And let's look at Levine. Actually, let's do this. My friends, do me a huge favor. I'm kicked back. I'm chilling out, maxing, relaxing. We're talking some b-ball and making some bets. I need you. Like the show for me. Just like it. Give me a second to take a sip of water. We got to step away from the screen for a hot minute. And let's just talk for a minute, okay? Let me catch my bearings, answer some questions. These Wednesday shows, I just try to keep them a little bit more casual. You'll see me leaning back. I don't care so much about the camera work. I'm just trying to chill a little bit more. The Sunday and Monday shows where it's like NFL, Sunday Morning Live, like that's like I try to be professional. I'm like super dialed in. Monday we're doing NFL and NBA. I can't chill. I can't relax today. Just trying to chill a little bit. Just trying to help you out with your bets. Try to make you some money. Yes, good question. So the website's $10 and the picks product is $15. Use those links down below. All right, 2 separate links. One is a website. One runs through an app. All right. Bulls. That's right. I want to type in Chicago. Check this out. I didn't even know I could do this until the other day. If I type in whatever part of the word, the search term, it's going to bring up Chicago. So I bring up the entire game. So this event category, like if I want to make an SGP, yes, I could just go to Chicago and Milwaukee. or I can also just type it in. Kind of makes the event redundant, but people don't know you can do this, so whatever. We had multiple categories we've been cashing out here for multiple players on the Bulls, and I think the PRA we should look at. So Giddey at 21.5, absolute steal. He's been raised to 24.5 for the PRA. Vooch at 29.30.5 has been raised to 34.5. I went and looked at Vooch this morning earlier for his points and rebounds. That got bumped to 30.5. They have raised every single prop on the Bulls that we have targeted this year. And I think it kind of makes it just really touch and go. And you're about to look at it. So PRA, again, we were at 21.5. Heck of a lot better at 21.5, isn't it? 24.5, not as easy to take. Kobe White, I'm telling you now, potentially what I'm taking tonight. So one of the angles here that I like is the Bucks. One of those defenses that do a lot of drop coverage. They allow a lot of shots from the outside. And I think a guy like Kobe White, who likes to rain down threes, sometimes 5 for 10, 6 for 11, 5 for 11. By the way, shooting over 43%. I was looking at it this morning. He's on pace to be a 50, 40, 90 guy. You know who else is 50, 40, 90 this year? Steph Curry. That's crazy. That's crazy. Zach LaVine, very close to that number too. Or maybe I've mixed the two. One of them's at like a 48% field goal, 43% three, and then 88% free throw. They're both so close. LaVine and Kobe White being incredibly efficient. So I'm actually thinking Kobe White points might be in play today. It's hard to bet on his rebounds and assists. Last year, the RA at 7.5, 8.5 was an absolute lock. It's not that anymore. It's just not. Milwaukee earlier this year, Kobe White did have 11. He did have 11 against them points-wise. You can see it. Check it out. 35. Hey, what did I say? A lot of threes? Well, check it out. Against Milwaukee, 7 for 13 from downtown, 35 points. So Kobe White tonight, 19.5, I think is potentially in play. Haven't locked it in yet, though. And look at him against Milwaukee last year, too. 16 points, bad game, 26 minutes. 23 points, 33 points, 22 points, 35 points. And look at the three volume, 4 for 11, 6 for 10, 2 for 5 efficiently, 7 for 13 this year. So this play is on my short list. Have I made it official? Not yet. Not yet. Is it going to be official? Potentially. Down below, grab that link if you want to know if it ends up being official today. It'll be worth checking out. I'm telling you right now, if it is official, Discord and the OddsShopper app, the OS Tails app, will be the first group that would find out if it's official or not. Next up, Josh Giddey, PRA. Again, I'm off it now. They raised it. Zach LaVine points. Another guy who can just rain down threes from the outside when he gets hot. Did not play more than 15, 20 games last year for the Bulls. I think he has potential. I think tonight's game's close, and I think it's high scoring. So it's not like I'm just only on Damian Lillard. I think tonight could legitimately just be a very good game. So I like multiple spots here today for this game. For me, I think probably I'd be looking at something like the PRA for Zach LaVine because, look, the RA has been just climbing as the health is there. He's proven his health, and he's getting a consistent like 36, like a 35, 26 blowout. They lost by 40 points, 37, 36, 36, 32, 34, 36. Like he's going to play likely the most minutes alongside Vooch tonight. So I think, get a guy on the court that long, take away some of these lower scoring games or difficult matchups against Cleveland. How's he going to do? I think PRA might be the angle for LaVine. And then Vooch, my gosh, he has been an absolute steal this year for the PR at was 28.5 we had for a while. It's up to 30.5 today, which makes it a little bit more difficult. 29.5, looks a little bit better. So if you find it at 29.5, I think it's in play for Vooch. 30.5, I think it just gets touch and go. And check this out. Against Milwaukee, I think the only way I would go would just be PR would be points. 22, 17, 14, 29, 26. And he's a guy that can extend to the perimeter against, Brook Lopez. But Brook Lopez can get out there too, and that's where he likes to shoot as well. Okay. And you played him for 3 units? I love it. Who's keeping track of my play of the day record? We went 12. I will never forget this. We went 12-1 last year for the play of the day. And I had won like 8 days in a row. Every play was 3 units. Every single time, 3 units on my plays of the day. I did not do a daily play of the day. Essentially, you could call my play of the day when I alerted it like a nuke spot. Like I love it so much that I'm drawing special attention to this play. All right. And we went on a 12-1 play of the day start to the season, and then we lost one time. And you saw Discord mentally melt down. It was so disappointing to see. I did 3 or 4 more plays a day, went like 3-1, and then stopped them. I just stopped them. So we ended up finishing like 15-2, 16-2 in plays a day. I've restarted them quietly without telling anybody. Yeah, that meant that you remember? It was bad, T. It was bad. Raise your hand high in chat right now, YouTube chat or Twitter, if you remember Discord last year when I finally lost a play of the day. Because you know what I learned? People weren't doing my suggested 3 units on the play of the day. They were doing like 10, 20. And what's weirder is that, like, if they were doing 10 per play of the day and they had gone 12-1, they'd be up like 100 units. So, yeah, your 10-unit play of the day, you lost it. Shouldn't you still be up like 90 on the POTDs? Tilted the house down. Tilted that play of the days were wagging. No doubt. I have quietly brought them back without saying anything. The record so far, 4-0. I'm telling you, when you see POTD, be smart with your money. I'm not telling you what to do, but I don't play them as 1 units. I just don't. You do what you want. Raise your hand if you saw my David Montgomery POTD. It was one of my first plays of the day for the NFL season because I've just started to get into it. I've just started to get back to it. Raise your hand high if you saw that bet. I'll let you do the math on how much money I put on that, how many units. But I'm telling you right now, my friends, when I use that term, it is I love it. Just say that. I love it. I mean, that's what YouTube and Twitter are, right? TikTok, Instagram. I mean, that's my socials. And then inside Discord, there's a couple of free channels. There's a free chat. There's a free picks channel for articles, and then free picks from me, which is most of my public content. And then, you get all the W's, the premium stuff inside Discord, So, yeah, you get free support, some advice, some picks, but like maybe 3% of what is actually behind the VIP doors. Bingo bongo, my friend. I had $500 on the David Montgomery rushing touchdown. The guy did not score the week prior. He had a massive 14.5 point home spread. Both of those things are huge correlations for rushing touchdowns for running backs. Yeah, I mean, I locked it in. Dang, Mikey. Feel better, dude. Whew. Taking a breather. This has been, oops. Oh, no. Did I end stream? Oh, no. Phew. I must refresh the wrong internet tab here. On Twitter, we're up to 300. Thank you. Thank you. Some big companies out there streaming right now. We are doubling them. Thank you very much, Twitter. Y'all the best. On YouTube, we're up to just about 90 viewers, 50 likes. Thank you for that. You guys are the best. Truly. Such a cool community. Do not get into sports betting as a supplemental income. You can start it as a hobby and for fun, and it can turn into that. But don't be like, oh man, I'm gonna bet on sports to try to make more money as like your first step. It ain't happening. I don't know a single person because everybody starts sports betting. You know what they do? They make their own bets. They follow 50 people. They do minus 2,000, props, thinking that's it's a guaranteed lock. It's stupid. Everybody loses in the beginning because you got to learn. You got to learn. You learn by mistakes. Everybody thinks they know it. I have never met a single person that was like, I'm going to try betting. And they get into betting and they profit and never look back. Like everybody learns because they don't listen. I'm going to be real. Like, can you be a beginner, join up and make money? Yeah. But I'm going to be real with you. You have to ignore everybody in my Discord but me. Essentially straight bets 95% of the time. Not a ton of volume. Very sharp plays, bottom up edges, I find. I originate my picks. And then I post my favorite positive EV plays of the day, which are 14 and 6. So I am very calculated with what I share with Discord. I'll say that. Well, then you're the type of person, yes, 100%. Listen, I was actually a little worried when you said that you were like an 18-year-old who's like, I want to try to make money betting. It's like, oh, no. But okay, no, that makes sense, bro. It makes total sense. I think chat would reiterate what I said as well. Tons of money, dude. Tons of money. They win, then up the unit size and lose it all. That's another thing. Yeah, you're right. You ain't wrong, dude. Problems, you're not wrong. They go a little fresh start. They're feeling good. They're making money. All right, I'm done doing these $5 bets. They go up to like 25. They get crushed. They go 0 for 5, $125 out the window. All that $5 bets they racked up $100 in profit, gone in a night. Happens all the time. Problems. I like Desmond Bain over 4.5 rebounds from the optimizer. Can you dig it a little more into it? I'm thinking of locking it in. Sure. Let me leave Kobe White up there for you because I'm going to come back to that. Desmond Bain, my issue with him for the overs, I can tell you right now without even looking into it right away. He's on the second leg of a back-to-back. It'll be his third game back, I believe, from injury, and he's still yet to play more than 30 minutes. I think we've got maybe a potential issue here, simply based on like playing time. So his rebound prop today, here, just because I'm sure you guys struggle to see what I'm seeing here. I'm going to zoom in. Blah, 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 blah. Is that good? It's going to be super zoomed in, but mobile users should be able to see it and follow along. Aggregate odds for the over are minus 129. I'm going to scroll on over. So best odds sports books, ESPN bet right now, minus 125. Looks like PrizePicks. Oh my gosh, that's a good PrizePicks play, by the way. Fixed price site. Hey, can I let my chat let you know, okay? Like chat. Oh no, I bet on sports professionally. I'm not a content creator. Let me help you out. I do not bet. I do not create content and then bet. I bet on sports and have turned it into a career. I've done the opposite. So there's a lot of content creators who create X, Y, and Z, and then X takes off, so they become expert. Do you see what I'm saying? Some of these guys with 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 accounts, they were like fancy football a year ago, and now they're prop experts. Like content creators first, and that's fine. That's fine too. I'm not knocking them, but I'm the opposite route. So what I share in chat are the things I'm betting on for that day. No more, no less. And I don't know if you know what Pickett is right there. I am the most transparent capper out there. I'll be real. I don't know anybody else that has every single sports book publicly synced and is as profitable as I am and consistent. So, chat, you can tell him if you've got any different vibes or feels. But I'm fairly certain anybody who's joined my Discord realizes pretty quickly the value of it for $15 sign up. Anyways, Desmond Bain, I'm worried about second leg of a back-to-back. His third game back from injury. I got to zoom out here on his player card. Sorry. I'm going to type it in here because I didn't refresh the tabs. He's been cashing it. But again, it really just comes down to minutes and opportunity. Like, is he going to play a full minute night tonight? I don't know. Only played 29. And everybody was like, his minutes are on. What's up, Steve? Good morning, fam. Thank you for saying hello. Yes, correct. Strive. You nailed it. This is Monty, right? Something like that. Like I remember I saw on Discord, Twitter, people like, oh yeah, he played, 29 minutes. Is came back from injury. Looks like his increased minutes, blah, blah, and then he went out and played 29, and it wasn't like a blowout or anything. So let's say second leg of a back-to-back, they get even weirder with his minutes. I mean, there's a chance the under hits. I think game log wise, it's, yeah. I mean, look at the last 5. Golly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a steal right now, right? Right. But I would be a little hesitant. I'm not saying take the under. I am just saying, you know what? Potentially we just fade the over. You know what I mean? Like maybe we just don't bet on him tonight. That's all. What's up, Brett? Hey, everything's going great. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate you. Good to see you. Looks like you got the little X symbol. That means you're tapped in on X. Appreciate that. Thanks for watching on Twitter. Thank you. What's up, James? I mentioned this earlier already. The plays of the day is not a daily thing. I've posted 4 this year, 4 over the last 10 days, actually, since I started again. It's not daily. If I have something that I'm nuking, essentially, I'll alert out a POTD. You know what I mean? Number Fire. Yeah, I remember. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Number Fire, one of the first sites I wrote for. I don't know if anybody here would know what that is or not, but you and me do, buddy. You and me. We know. Oh, boy. Fam, 45 minutes. I usually don't do like my hour and a half, 2-hour streams on Wednesdays. Just trying to give you guys some picks and research. The research questions are incredibly low this morning, so I've got nothing to look up for you guys. I'm not going to sit here and just give away a bunch of free picks. I'm just going to go make bets and post to my Discord. So let's call it. I'm hitting the eject button. VIP links are down below. I'm about to go make some extra picks and research, and I'll alert them to Discord. I'll alert them to the OS Tails app, which is the Odd Shopper app. And let's go make some money, okay? We got a nice Wednesday night slate. Thursday night football. Pay attention to weather. I'm going to be real quick conversation about Thursday night football. The plays of the day are Discord link, Odd Shopper link, essentially VIP link. You got to be a VIP member. I'm not giving away the POTDs. I gave Twitter a chance to get the play of the day yesterday. Asked for 77 likes. We got the 62. I'm not giving away stuff for free like that. Easiest win of the night. Our guy cashed by 10. He had 24 points and assists. Christian Braun. It was an easy money win, and Twitter blew it. They couldn't get to it. So it is what it is. I'm not giving away everything for free. This is what chat's for. This is what streams are for. 7 days a week of content and videos and streams. I appreciate that feedback too, T. Thank you. Betting knowledge that Donuts and his team have provided is priceless. Thank you for that. Been in Discord for over a year. I love it. Unit size is small, often withdraw for a little extra spending. What a great way to go about betting on sports. I love that. Thursday Night Football. So here's my take on it. I did my video yesterday. I have seen almost every single line that I posted for move in the direction we want it to move. We are on pace to have some pretty good closing line value. I will say this. I think the weather is just something I don't ever want to take into account, and I wanted to not make mention of it because I think it's an absolutely overstated thing. Now, if we end up in a monsoon, 40-mile-per-hour sustained winds, okay, of course, we're going to have some issues with the props. Some of the props I bet on, some of them will actually be totally fine. Do we get that? Who the heck knows? I saw people, I posted that video yesterday, Tuesday morning at like 9 a.m., and I had people already concerned, and I don't know why, 60 hours before kickoff. They're concerned about weather. I'm not concerned yet. And it's Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Will I be concerned tomorrow morning? Nope. Will I start to care about it a little and monitor it? Will it be on my radar finally? Yes. Here's the weird part. I bet you the people that are concerned about the weather for Thursday night as of Tuesday morning, probably in their friend circle or at work, would also be like, weatherman, can't trust them. Oh, yeah, I'm shocked. We didn't get snow this morning. It's 55 degrees. They said it was going to be snowing. The weather's crazy. Like, but then, exactly. But then, because some Twitter guy said, be careful about your bets for Thursday Night Football 60 hours in advance, they're like, oh, slamming unders. They're not betting on that spot anymore because Twitter capper, Twitter weatherman. Like, it is people have they have no foundation for their beliefs. It's nuts. Be mindful of it. Yeah. But are you hanging your hat on a weather report 60 hours before a freaking kickoff? No. Matter of fact, let me check in and see what type, the weather could change like crazy. All right, the first weather report I saw was 18 to 20 mile per hour winds when I had done my video with a chance of rain. $18 to 20 mile per hour wind with a chance of rain, and we're concerned about weather. Could it change? Yes. I've heard it might be cold enough where there's a chance of snow. I'd actually rather have it snow than rain. There's enough research out there that when it snows, as long as it's not like an absolute, blizzard, it's impacted weather, impacted the scoring. Zilch. It's the sustained winds and a wet football that make it more difficult. Now, flurries and stuff, cold weather, not gonna bother it. Like the ground being covered in snow, yeah, things are gonna get hairy. You heard it's gonna be 100 and sunny. I mean, let's look at what would I even type in to check this weather on Google real quick? Because I used my weather app for this. I guess I can just do. Let me look this up. Okay. So the weather now says for tomorrow night, 39 degrees. This is AccuWeather. Okay. Do what you want with this information. You guys got to do your own thing. 39 degrees, 18 mile per hour wind, 55% of chance for precipitation. Like, my friends, it was going to be 46 degrees last Saturday, raining all day last Sunday. Ended up being 74. It's not a drop. That's what I mean. Exactly. Now we're looking at 39 degree weather. That's not snow shower weather. A 55% chance for rain and only 18 mile per hour winds. Let me go look at the odds real quick. We're off the rails here. I know it. What was I going to do? I'm trying to remember. What did I post inside Discord? Let me bring up my Discord. I want to know what plays I need to look at real quick. And like my reply on TikTok and all these sites has just been stop being worried about the weather. But listen, if you are, don't bet on it. I just found it. How many times do I do this? Only Donuts does his outro, then stays on. I do this so frequently. I'm like this in IRL as well. I am. Like, I'll be like, all right, goodbye on the phone, and then I'll talk another 10 minutes. Or like, I can't leave a house. I'll say goodbye, but I'm just standing around. It is what it is. So yardage has moved up for Russ. Okay, that's a good sign for us if you bet on my plays. 33.5 for Winston now. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not showing anymore. You want to know what I'm talking about? My 6 plays I discussed, 6 of them. All right. Here you go. Here's a link for you. There's my YouTube video. I'm looking at it right now. 12 players. Looks like 11 or 12 players discussed on the video, and 6 props were picked. Do what you want with that info. I made those without one mention of weather because it's totally irrelevant to me 60 hours before. Like, people are like, oh, are you even aware? It's like, yeah, I'm aware. What do I care about weather? 60. Now we're talking about 39-degree weather, a 55% chance of rain. Yesterday morning, I was told it was going to be 28 degrees and snowing. Like, y'all crazy. He's still going to chuck it. All right, I got to go for real. I don't know. I'm just hanging around, shooting the breeze now. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Tomorrow morning, got another video. It's usually my first look, best leans video for the main slate. So I'll get that out tomorrow. And then Friday and Saturday, you'll have Sunday night, Monday night videos. And Friday morning, you'll have my live show, my next live show. And then Sunday, you'll have another. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. If you like the live, I'll be back for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day. Let's make some money.